Hi guys! So as promised, I'm doing a cooking video for you today. I've made a plate, as you can see, of funeral biscuits. Now I got the recipe from Emily Autumn's The Asylum for Wayward Victorian Girls, and I will read the passage from the book for you. It says, "At present, tender and buttery caraway biscuits are given as mementos to funeral guests. Modest in appearance, the biscuits are most often decorated with skulls or hearts, then wrapped in plain white paper and sealed with black wax, or tied up with black ribbon. These edible tokens are often kept in remembrance of the event, but when they are in fact eaten, they are meant to be dipped into some variety of spirit, wine or port, for example. In the asylum's own funeral biscuit recipe, these tempting tributes to the deceased are shaped into hearts and spiced with just a hint of exotic cardamom and caraway. These spices have only just begun to be imported into England from the Far East, and they are enjoyed amongst the upper classes, cardamom being the most expensive spice after saffron. It is therefore reserved for very special occasions such as funerals, undoubtedly the most theatrical of all Victorian social events. We do hope you enjoy baking these dainties yourself, for they are sure to console all from distraught widows to family friend, and thus, when the moment arises, one ought not to be caught dead without them. Of course, it may behoove you to keep a box of biscuits always on hand, just in case, well, you know." Now, as I usually don't have wine or brandy sitting around, I generally take my biscuits with tea, and I think they pair beautifully with just about any tea you could have. Today I'm drinking a special blend from the spice merchants called Hogsback Harvest. I am assuming you can only get this in the Upper Peninsula in Marquette, because this tea is based off of a hiking trail out there on a mountain called Hogsback. And it is made from freeze-dried cranberries, boysenberries, hibiscus, roasted chicory, lemon, verbena, and blackberry leaves. It's really good tea. I absolutely love it. And I just have a bit of honey in mine. I would also like to show you guys this teapot, which I painted while I was waiting for my cookies to bake. And of course the cookies themselves, which while usually shaped into hearts, I have shaped into bats and coffins. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I really hope that you try these out because they are really delicious. If you haven't, read The Asylum for Wayward Victorian Girls. Emily Autumn is an amazing writer. I am really excited to get her audiobook. I pre-ordered it, and it should be coming later this month. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week/weekend. Courtney, I will see you very soon, and I will have these with me. Cheers, guys. So I'm starting with the dry ingredients. The first is 1½ cups of good white flour. Then a ½ cup of cornstarch. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Two teaspoons of cardamom. And 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds. Then you're just going to mix these up just to get the ingredients mixed together. and set them aside so that we can work on the cream mixture. The first ingredient is 8 ounces of butter. It's supposed to be sweet butter, but I don't have any, and I've always used salted butter for this, and it works just fine. So if you'd like, go ahead and get sweet or unsweet butter depending on your taste, or just use whatever you have at hand. And I'm going to pop this in the microwave to soften it a little faster, but if you want to do it the proper way, I would definitely say to leave out the butter until it is room temperature soft. That's how most people who cook with butter do it, and I've heard it's better, but melting it in the microwave works just fine for lazy people. And then it's time to add the sugar. This recipe calls for 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And then you're to mix them together until they're light and fluffy. Then all that's left is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm using pure vanilla because that's what I have. And the last step for the dough is to take the butter mixture and put it into the flour mixture all at once. And just stir this together until it's kind of a dough, and it should still be a little bit crumbly as well. So as you can see, it breaks apart and it's crumbly, but it also will stick together. So now, just take some parchment paper or plastic wrap, pack this into a ball, and it has to be refrigerated for 1 hour. And I'll see you guys back in an hour. Just in case you guys wanted a look at my outfit today, because I'm very proud of it. Okay, so now that it has been chilled for a little over an hour, I'm going to unwrap it. And as you may be able to see, it's hardened up quite a bit. And you're supposed to roll it out to 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay, so once I have it rolled out, I'm going to start cutting it up. Now, I have little coffins and bat shapes. The recommended shape is a heart, so if you have that, go for it. But you can cut it into any shape you want. So these are the ones that I have, so they're the ones that I want to use. Alright, so here are my finished pans. The book says that they should yield about 2 dozen cookies, but I was using fairly large cookie cutters, so I think that really just depends on the size. So I got about 2 pans worth, and now they are ready to go into the oven. And they have to go in for about 11 minutes or until the cookies are golden brown. there we go. Alright, and I will show you guys how they look when they come out. Alright guys, so the oven just beeped. Let's see if they're done. Yep, they are golden brown around the edges, so I can take them out. They smell so nice. Alright. I don't want them to fall apart, so you definitely have to let them cool for a couple of minutes before you take them off the pans, otherwise they're still a little soft. Alright guys, so there are my finished cookies. And as soon as you have them cooled off and take them off the pan, I highly suggest that you take them with some tea, or hey, if you've got some sherry or brandy, go right ahead. And I make these all the time, and they are so good. And Courtney, I will have them with me when I see you tomorrow. See you guys. Oh, that's so good. Classy Victorian lady right here. Oh, there's tea everywhere.